What's up, everybody? It's Tim from the Half-Ass Podcast. I want to make this video tonight, something I should have made quite a while ago. It's just I wanted to make sure I got it right. Because if I say it wrong, it kind of makes us all look bad. Here we go. A couple nights ago, I was speaking to a friend, and she said, "Tim, how are you?" And I said, "I'm good," because that's what we always say. We're good, or it's all good, or, oh man, living the dream. And she said, that's interesting. She said, because a lot of times when I ask people how you're doing, they tell me you're not doing great. But every time I see you, you're in a good mood and you're laughing and you're trying to have fun and be jovial. Yeah, we try to do that. And for two reasons. Self-preservation, obviously. I'm a little bit different. I enjoy talking to people about these kind of issues, anxiety and depression and those other thoughts. Not everybody does, but I don't mind it because it's therapeutic for me. It's actually one of the times that I feel most comfortable. So some of it is that. But the other thing, and maybe the bigger thing, is that we don't want to give this pain away. We don't want you to feel the way we're feeling. We don't want you to know how we're feeling, maybe. Here's a little story. A couple summers ago, my youngest son was playing baseball, and he was in a tournament. And that night, we were all supposed to go to this big party. And one of my friends comes up to us and says, "Hey, you guys going to the party?" I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, why is that?" And I just said, don't feel like it. And then she said, "Well, how are you?" And I said, "No, I'm good. I'm good. We just don't want to go." And then she said, "But how are you really?" I told her. I told her the thoughts I was having. I told her the struggle I was having. I told her the pain that I was experiencing. And in that moment, I watched her face just disappear. The smile and jovial and incredible person, I watched all that just wash away. And she started to look the way I was feeling. The smile was gone. The sadness in her eyes was there. And it was in that moment I decided I didn't really want to share this with people anymore. I don't mind being on Facebook or YouTube and certainly the podcast. That's sharing with everyone for a purpose, We're trying to remove the stigma of mental health issues. We're trying to remove the stigma of depression and anxiety. We're trying to normalize talking about it. But talking to someone one-on-one about it, it's painful for me and clearly for the other people as well. You see, depression and anxiety are a lot like joy. I know it's weird to think of it that way, but they are. See, if you walk into a room and people are having fun and they're laughing and they're joking, you feel like laughing and joking too. You want to take on those feelings. And depression and anxiety and all this garbage, same thing. If I share with you how I feel, it can erase your feelings of happiness and you start taking this on. We don't want to share that with you guys. We don't want anyone to feel the way we feel. We being me and other depressed people, apparently. So sometimes I will tell you, I feel fine. And most people will let that go. Now, the person who I'm sharing the story about, she's not one of those people to let it go. She has been there for me from the beginning, and her family have been so amazing, as most of my friends are. But she's one person who hasn't ever stopped asking, hey, how are you really? So what I'm trying to say is, if you know someone who's suffering from depression or anxiety, you know someone who's having these thoughts that they can't get rid of, it's okay to ask them how they're doing. In fact, they probably love that you do, because we all want to know that we're cared about, right? But just realize that in those moments, we may not want to share with you. And it's nothing against you, it's just we don't want to give that away. We don't want you to feel the way we feel. Don't take it personal, and don't ever stop asking. So, there, I hope I did that justice. Don't ever stop asking. Just realize the answer you get is the answer we're willing to share. So, till next time, have yourself a great evening, and make sure you love yourself, and don't stop asking how people are.